Hi, Muddy Boots here. Another intro to another video. Turning these out at a real rate of knots. This video is quite recent, and it's it's an impromptu thing really. I gave Pete a call to see if he was interested in getting out after work to go and get some photographs. The weather was going to be absolutely superb, clear skies, which is quite unusual for us up in the north of England. So I gave him a call. He managed to get a pass out, and I picked him up and we shot over to the Yorkshire Dales first to get some sunset shots. We were trying to get some limestone and sunsets, and well, you'll see why we didn't. Then we left there, went up to Castlerigg Stone Circle, which is, I don't think it's quite a dark sky area, but there's not a great amount of light pollution anyway. Tried our luck there, and then we moved on from there over to Blea Tarn. We wanted to get a shot of Blea Tarn with the Langdales in the back and the stars reflected in the water, and all, sort of the classic Blea Tarn shot, but at night. So we tried that, got a Milky Way shot there as well, and then tried to sleep in the car, but it just doesn't work properly. Not the car, sleeping in the car. And from there we were debating where to go to get a sunrise shot, because unfortunately in the lakes, because of the fell sides, the sun has to get quite high in the sky to get over the fells and light the lake up. And by the time the sun's got over that high in the sky over the fells, it's lost a lot of its colour. So there's only really a few lakes you can go to get the sun as it comes over the horizon. So we thought probably the best one to do that was Ullswater. And Pete found a nice location on Ullswater, a small boathouse with a jetty on it. I'd never seen it before, didn't know it existed, but it was a nice spot. So we went there. Then we disappeared over to Brothers Water, past a car crash which had happened, which we heard. Really heard. A screech of tyres and an explosion. Anyway, over to Brothers Water, we finished off there. The sun had gone too high in the sky, it was getting harsh, the surface was rippled, and so we made our way back via Booth's supermarket in Windermere for sausage sandwiches at breakfast. I dropped Pete off at about 11 o'clock in the morning. I got home, did a touch of editing. I think I went to bed about 1 in the afternoon. So I'd been up for 30 hours, 32 hours, something like that. So I know exactly how Mark and Jeff felt the previous week, because it was burning the candle at both ends. But sometimes the weather dictates that you have to do this, and you just got to go and do it. So anyway, I'm going to roll the intro. If you like it, give it the thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it the thumbs down. You can do that. It's easy to criticise. Go out and do it yourself. Give it a try. And if you've not already done so, subscribe please. Click the subscribe button, or it's usually a pair of boots up here. Click that, subscribe, you get notifications of new videos coming up. So anyway, without further this, run the intro. Hi, Muddy Boots here. Just off on a bit of a Friday night photography trip. It's got gorgeous weather outside. I'm with Pete. How you doing? As you've met on the previous vlog, and we're just going to whip up to. We're going to try the Yorkshire Dales, get a bit of a sunset job over some limestone, and then we're going to try a bit of nighttime photography over in the Lake District. We're not decided on whereabouts yet. We think Castlerigg might be okay, maybe Langdales. We'll suck it and see when we get there. So we're going to whip up there now, and it's going to be a bit of an all-night job because we're going to get a sunrise shot over one of the lakes, and maybe Lake's Distillery as well.
And why not?
Well, we're there, aren't we? On the doorstep, and I've got the Founders Club card, so we'll give that a go. Yeah. Right, I'm going to fire the car up and I'll see you in a short while. Well, we've just arrived in Ingleton, and as Pete mentioned, that driving is quite thirsty work, isn't it, really?
It does seem to be, even though I wasn't.
So, just having a bit of just to rebalance the fluids, really. So we're off into the Craven Heifer and see what we've got in there. Come on, follow us in. We just sat out the back of the Craven Heifer, and we've just been sampling a few of the beers, and you've just had a, what was it, single track?
Yeah, one single track. One of the other ones.
Was it Kirby
All Kirby Lonsdale Brewery.
Kirby Lonsdale Brewery. That was quite a golden pint. What was the first one we had? It was quite an IPA type thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, only about 3.8%, but absolutely tremendous.
And that, although it says Thwaites, it's not Thwaites.
It's definitely not Thwaites.
And that was a crafty mild by the Kirby Lonsdale Brewery, and that was a cracking pint. It's got that real nutty coffee,
roasty,
roasty flavour, very dark, almost looked like a pint of Guinness, but you can tell from looking at the glass.
Very well kept.
And you can see a bit of the old dregs there. In fact, why waste it? And is it off to the chippy?
It is off to the chippy.
Off to the chippy, then up the hill to take some pictures. So keep watching, and we'll see you in a bit. So we just parked up on the road from that's Ingleton up to Hawes, and we're just going to walk up a track. There's a bit of a track down here, and somebody's just walking down it. So we're going to walk up there and see what we can get when we're at the top. Maybe get some decent sunset shots on some limestone. So let's make our way up there now. See you in a short moment. So we're just up here on the edge. We didn't make it up to the limestone at the top. I said to Pete we should never have had the second pint, but he wouldn't listen. But we're catching the sun going down over the Lake District, and as you can see, the sky is going to glow shortly. The moon's out, a little sliver up the top, but I've just gone really close in. Got the long lens on, gone really close in, just catching the sun going down over the Lake District. So I'll just catch another couple of shots. I'm doing some bracketed shots here just so I can get the exposure right. I'll probably combine them in Photoshop to get the full range. But yeah, the sky's going to come out really well. What's your thought, Pete?
Ready for some more beer?
Well, we're past the pub on the way down, so watch this space. We're still stood on the Yorkshire hillside, and Pete has now gone for some double glazing on the front. Pilkington's K-glass, I believe. And what is it you're now going for? Is it longs?
Yeah, I'm just going to try and stretch the exposure out a little bit. To be honest, looking at this though, because there's not a lot of wind, the cloud movement's minimal, so it might, it might be.
Could get some intense colour.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of changing between the frames that I'm taking, but I'm not getting that lovely dragging across the clouds. But to be honest, the colour's that good.
It's gorgeous colours, isn't it? Yeah. Superb.
I'm not going to regret anything I'm taking.
Oh no, I think there's some useful stuff here.
Yeah.
For those that, if I stand this way, you can actually see. You can see behind us all the colours that are now coming through. We've got some fantastic darks up at the top, some gorgeous reds, and I don't know whether the definition of the video will pull it out, but right on the far horizon you can see a range of hills, and that's the Lake District, which is where we're going to be going to next. And yeah, it's fantastic. Got this nice bit of limestone, but I think it's a location to come back to.
Yeah,
certainly up on the plateau at the top, because you get up there, you get Ingleborough and the flat limestone plateau with a few scattered trees, and you can't go wrong with trees and limestone, really.
You can't.
So yeah, we're going to hang around here for a bit longer, get some more stuff, and keep watching. Well, we've just finished over Don't know what dale that is. That's, well, it doesn't really have a name as such, does it?
I think so.
The sun's now gone completely behind the horizon and the light's gone. So rattled a few shots off. Pete did a few long exposures, so we'll have to see how they turn out. But yeah, it's quite useful. It's a shame we couldn't get up to the plateau at the top, but that's there for next time. Just check this out really as a bit of a recce for another run out, maybe after work or something in a few months. So we're now, well, this is what the fiddle toes look like here. So that's what they look like, and we're now going to jump back in the car and shoot off up to the lakes to do a bit of astro stuff. Could be Langdales or Castlerig, we're not quite sure yet. We'll sort of work that out as we get up there and see what the conditions are like, so keep watching this space. We're just up here now at Castlerig. Beautiful clear night, incredible sky. We've just parked up. It's about 8 degrees. Pete's just put his big coat on, and I think we might be in for a bit of a treat, eh?
With a bit of luck.
I don't know if you could see this because there's not much light about. We're using the lights from the car here. Pete's up with his head torch on. So we're going to make our way over to Castlerig, and you should see what the shots look like. Well, we're still here at Castlerig. What is it, about 1:15? Maybe 1:30, something like that.
It is, yeah.
And it's quite busy, as you can see. Light up there. There's a camper van just turned up. What is it, 20 past? 10 past 1. And there's about 3 or 4 camper vans here at the moment. And yeah, we've had a good shoot there. Milky Way visible. Some long shots for the foreground of the stones. I did 3 minutes. Not a lot of light coming off them, so it does look a touch grainy. And then bang the ISO right up and took some of the Milky Way. So I'll have to see. Well, this is how it's turned out. We're just now here at Blea Tarn. It's about 2:15 in the morning, and just turn around, you can see Pete at the back of me, and the water is absolutely mirror-like, and we're even getting stars reflecting off the surface of the tarn, so we can see the Langdales in the background. And yeah, the water, the stars reflecting nicely. Unfortunately, we've not got the Milky Way over this side, which is a bit annoying, but can't have everything. So this is what the pictures look like. Morning. It's now just gone 4 o'clock. The alarm's just gone off. Just had over about an hour and a half sleep, a bit of a head down in the car. We're now just about to go off to the edge of Ullswater. Can't remember the name of the Glencoyne Bay or something, I think it's called. Sunrise is at just gone 5, so we're now going to head over from Blea Tarn, where we are now, and go over to Ullswater, ready for sunrise, and see if we can grab anything useful there. So come on, let's go. Down here at the side of Ullswater. Not sure where Pete is. He wandered off through the woods, probably. I think he's over that side. But getting a lot of colour coming through. Sunrise. Lake's nice and flat, and just I'm at this boat's house actually, as you can see behind me, and I'm set up on this jetty, looking down the lake to get the colours. The water's absolutely crystal clear, and looking behind is Glenridding behind me, and it's about 4:45 in the morning, and I'm going for got my wide lens on, going for a very tight aperture, get the ISO right down just to try and get a bit of a longish exposure, just to even out those ripples in the water. So yeah, it's quite useful, and I'll probably venture back towards Glenridding after the sun's risen and hopefully get something useful at Brotherswater. So watch this space. So I'm still down here at Ullswater, and I've now I've put the long lens on, and I'm going tight up onto the island in the middle of the lake. Got the ISO right down to 1 and a real tight aperture, and I'm getting about 1.6 seconds shutter speed. I could put the neutral density filters on. There's a lot of faff really. And the lake itself, it's not bad, so I don't have to pull too much out of that for reflections and things, but looks like it's going to be a good sunrise. So I'm trying things like tight in on the island, and it's all surrounded by orange, and I'm trying wide out and getting still blue in the sky, and yeah, it's nice, very tranquil. lovely bird song. And the water's absolutely crystal clear. It really is crystal clear. And this is a little spot I've never been before, so I'm going to crack on. And this is what the others look like. So the sun's now just come up. It's now going orange. It was a very, very deep red when it first rose, and I was shooting directly into the sun. Got some cracking shots of it, some nice reflections coming across the water, and yeah, I think that's me done now. But there's some gorgeous light on the trees behind. It's that obviously golden hour type light, and got some belting ones tight in on the little island in the middle. And yeah, it's been a very good morning. Really pleased with those. The sun's now going orange and then yellow, so it won't be too long before it's too high in the sky and it's a bit harsh. But now I'm going to travel back down the lake. You probably can't see off the camera, but there's mist gathering lower down the valley, down in Glenridding. The temperature's about 5 degrees, although I'm wearing shorts. It doesn't feel that cold to me, but that's what the car temperature was reading. So yeah, sun's now coming up and the light's going to get a bit too harsh. So right, I'm going to move on. Pete's just turned up. He was lower down the coast, not coast, is it? Shoreline, and he was getting some shots from further back, and he's got some useful stuff, some nice colours. So I think this is going to go on his list as a location. Oh, he's tempted. You can tell he's itching to have a do. Oh, here we go. We've just been walking up through the woodland from the boathouse and jetty back to the car, and we've been struck by this golden light passing through all the leaves on the trees, and Pete's got all giddy. He's got his widey on and he's getting some nice stuff, and I just rattled a few off myself. And it's what a gorgeous spot. All the birds are singing, and as you can see behind, what do you think?
This is ace. Sun stars through the trees, big long shadows, using them as leading, and just banging light all over the place. Wicked.
This is what it looks like. We just made our way back through Glenridding, and Pete spotted a boat on the water throughout all this mist, and swapping lenses wide on this one, and there's one over there. Get the long lens on, get tight in on that, get through it all the mist. Looks like steam really, but I very much doubt it with the temperature. But yeah, it's a cracking spot, this one, for those. It really is good.
And they left the gate open for us, which was nice.
And it's not even a minute's walk away, so bonus. Anyway, this is what the shots look like. Well, we've just parked up at the Brothers Water car park, and I think it will help if I lock the car.
I was just going to say, have you locked the car?
I have now.
Nice one.
And there's still a bit of mist lying around up this end, because as you'll see, the sun has not yet broken through, and there's mist rising off the stream too. We might be, hey, I think we might be in luck here, Pete. I mean, when I came up here the other week, I was with Mark and Jeff and Brad, and it was midday really, late afternoon. Got some stuff, but the light wasn't, you know, exact really. So we'll just see how this goes. Watch this space, viewers. What do you think?
Rather tremendous.
It's just fabulous. Look at the atmosphere this gives. It's just superb. Just superb feeling. And it keeps coming and going. I mean, the sun's getting higher and it'll soon start burning all this off. But this is, you couldn't want for better conditions at Ullswater. It's like a mirror, and then you've got smoke on the water. Just excellent. Really is. Pete's giddy. He's beside himself. If he was a little boy, his trousers would be wet from excitement. We're still looking at different things around Ullswater, and the sun has now started breaking through, so we're expecting soon that it'll start burning the mist away. But there's some very strong shadows coming through, and still quite a bit of mist from the cold air that's settled in the valley, and it's fabulous. It's superb to look at, and yeah, it's very enjoyable morning. Some lovely sights, and hardly any traffic noise as well.
Apart from that car crashing.
Oh, there was a car crash earlier which we should have took pictures of for posterity, but so we're just pretty much wrapping up here now at Ullswater. As you can see, the sun's out. We're even getting ripples on the water now. When the sun comes out, it warms the air up and causes turbulence, and then it disrupts the surface of the lake, which is why early morning and late evening are the best times really for shooting that flat mirror surface. So we're pretty much done here. The light's gone now, and make our way back to the car park, and I think we'll go and grab something to eat. Although it is only 7 o'clock, but we have been up for well, I didn't sleep really, so I've been up for some time. So yeah, here's some pictures to be going on with.